So how long are you here?
I am here for at least a week, right?
Okay.
I don't leave till Thursday.
This Thursday. Okay. And you're doing the same?
Those
Yeah,
two are
I
gonna
am.
discuss what they're doing. and-
Okay.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Sure.
And they have somebody come out twice a month to maintain the jacuzzi.
Okay. All right.
Check all of the
Probably the chemicals and.
the actual wear and tear on the outside, the cover and stuff.
Okay.
So just a quick question, starting with that because that's here. Does that help with the value of the home?
Minimal.
Minimal. Okay.
It's a positive thing to have. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But you know, if that's a $8,000 hot tub.
$18,000.
Is it that much?
18,000.
Yeah. Will you ever get half of that? No.
No.
That's so. Might you get $4 or $5 grand extra for the house because of it? Maybe. Depends on the buyer. I've had some buyers that go, "Hey, I don't care what it's worth. We're not hot tub people. Get rid of it." And they just don't want, even at no cost, they just don't want it to be there. So, and then other people who go, "Oh, we love them, and I'll take it." So, does anybody have a use for it otherwise, or is it not worth trying to move?
I don't.
It's fine for it to be here, but
If there's no value, then I could have value out of it. But my other thought was we could list it and sell it separately.
right, correct,
It might fetch $4 or $5 grand separately.
right.
As long as we can show that it's working, functioning, and the thing's only 2 years old.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
how
it's
old
like
it is.
2 years old.
Okay,
You know,
okay,
and Dad used it a little bit. I use it when I get here.
I use it.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
but
not a lot of use, but
there's not a whole lot of use on it, but it runs like a top.
Okay. Yeah, hot tubs are a tough one. We love them. We have one that's, probably a $12,000 one. I listed a house, and similar scenario, but the seller just said, "Hey, I don't want to take it."
Yeah.
The buyer said, "I don't want it."
Uh-huh.
So we're halfway through the escrow. And what do you guys want to do? Seller doesn't want to take it. Buyer doesn't want it. And the buyer just said, "Just get it out of here." I'm like, "Do you care if I take it?" He said, "Absolutely not. Just get it gone."
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you
so
have one
I'm
of
not
those-
going to do that here. I'm just
If
saying.
you have one
it's-
of those situations, give me a holler. I got a truck.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'm
In
gonna snap.
California, we can always sell.
Okay. I'm going to snap a picture of it real quick, just as a reference.
I mean, they did a good job of leveling that. I've
Yeah.
seen so many of these that are,
Well, and they did the electric and all of the plumbing right. That's
Yeah.
why it cost them so much.
And sometimes it's hard to gauge whether you're getting more for the house because of the tub or not, because someone might fall in love with the whole package here, including the tub, and give us top dollar, where maybe they would have negotiated, or someone else would have tried to negotiate a little bit more. So
Yeah.
it might fetch a little more. It's just hard to quantify sometimes.
And you're getting pictures of everything, or are you taking video?
I'm doing video.
Okay.
So what I'm going to suggest on the hot tub is that when we list it, we'll put it that it's negotiable. And I say that because it changes the mentality. If the buyer thinks it's included, they're not even factoring in a value, they're just leaving it behind.
Right.
If we say it's negotiable, that's indicating that hey, we've got some value on the tub. If the offer's right, maybe we include the tub. If the offer's not, we're not gonna. So we'll list it that way and kind of let the chips fall where they may.
And I'll be honest with you, I think furniture is probably the same.
Well,
Or do
this
you?
stuff I think belongs in a landfill for the most part. It's value-wise.
I think a lot of it's still in really good shape, Penny.
Well, I mean, you can give it to somebody, but I don't see it being part of a.
Well, no, I'm not saying it at value, but I'm saying if they wanted furniture,
Right. I would think
they're welcome to it.
just at first glance anyway, and that's all it is like this stuff looks pretty new
Right.
and probably desirable. Some of the other stuff's maybe older and doesn't really carry any value to somebody and they not want it. But
Yeah.
Right.
I'll do the same thing. I'll list both of them as negotiable, and we'll just let it play out based on the kind of offer we get.
And he just put those trees in; those are going to be beautiful.
Yeah,
at
they
some
are.
point in time. Yeah.
They almost look fake. They look so perfect.
Yeah, they look so perfect, don't they?
Uh-huh.
He has someone come out every week to do his yard, so.
I know this was the pride and joy.
Yeah.
That was the
He-
first thing he wanted to show me when I came down last year.
Yeah, this chair was his sitting place.
For good reason. Just
Yep.
open. You got a view.
Well, and he called me twice and had me bring in white rock. He'd like to look out and see the white rock in the birdhouse.
I'm sure it looks nice.
Yep.
Do they have someone come rake this too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, every week somebody rakes it. Tries to the birds.
Okay. So yeah, once you let it get away, it's tough to ever get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Now I know what's here, and I've got some good photos of this already. So when I'm working up my numbers, I'll have that factored in.
And then last year they did before this was just all raw,
Uh-huh.
and they did go ahead and put a path in.
Yep, he did point that out. So
Okay.
this was here when it was covered,
Yep.
but yep. Roof is newer too, if I recall.
The roof is 2017.
Was that a 30 or a 50 year?
50.
50 year.
Okay. Okay. What's that?
Yeah, does that increase the value of the house?
What's that? The junk area?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well,
The ladders, you gotta add $20 for those ladders.
I mean, you think about those. This is their junk area. This is as bad as it gets.
Well, this is as bad as it gets. We're doing okay. I can show you a lot of stuff that I've seen over the years. It's a little weathered, but
Yeah.
not horrible. Do you know the age of the house paint?
2006.
Okay.
We touch up the drink.
I mean, it depends on how far you want to go. Let's see how we feel after we look at everything. In a perfect world, sure, but that's not going to hinder our ability to sell. If we start adding a bunch of things like that, then then it starts to have an effect. But just that. How adventurous are you feeling when you're here?
I'm very adventurous.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
It'll just be Mom's pocketbook, though. It's not so adventurous.
Well, I brought paint.
So we'll look at the rest of it and kind of come up with a list of what's practical to do. So that's a maybe for me right now.
She also, she thought about if she needed to paint beforehand. We matched the color that's in the halls just to freshen them up
Okay.
versus picking colors or doing anything.
Okay. To freshen up the other rooms, you're saying so it
Yeah.
matches the hall?
Well, no, all of them are the same color, but where the trim is scuffed and where walkers hit it,
Okay.
and then you've got the arm marks from
Right.
touching it. So we've got paint to touch
Okay.
to freshen all that up.
Okay. Good. Good. All right. That's perfect. So in here,
And I don't know. I don't think that finish does much on the value typically in a garage.
doesn't. You can have. I don't care if you have stuff stored in here.
Yeah.
All I would say that's helpful is if somebody can walk the perimeter.
Right.
So if you're gonna stack stuff in, don't do it all the way against the wall, even if it's 2 feet or something, but just where the perimeter can be walked. But otherwise, yeah, I'm with you. It's okay.
And all of that will be gone this evening. That was the gentleman
Yeah,
doing
they
the bathrooms.
did the tile floor.
Oh, that's all from him. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. So this is no big deal to me at all. So during showings, I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit. But, Liz will be here, so do you know?
We can do either way.
Okay.
I would think that we'd want to take her out.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, but I just didn't know how practical that was.
No, it's she can get out and
And-
about.
Okay.
And I did talk to her about that she really didn't want to be here because she doesn't want to hear
Right.
If people say something negative,
Right. Right. It is a great house, but yes, people are just gonna.
Well, they're going to
So
do it so
everybody's
they
got
can
their
try
own
and bring
thing.
the price down.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
That's why, I mean, what do they say when you're trying to get a house? It's like you don't consider an address, you consider a place or a thing.
Right. So you don't want to personalize it.
Yeah, you don't want to personalize
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you're right.
And all of everything's on a water system. So it's got in-ground sprinklers, including all the plants have their own
Their own drip. Yep. Yeah, he did. I do have all of that noted with the timer.
Okay.
Yep. Definitely one of the, if not the nicest lawn over in this part.
The only closest one I can see is maybe that one right there.
It might be the same guy might have done that for you.
Oh, got it.
Competition.
Hey, that's not a bad
My
thing.
neighbor's not gonna be better than me.
I see a lot of competition where it's the
And the lighting is all solar.
It's all fairly new too.
Yeah, he has a box of replacements as they need to be replaced. Dave comes out and replaces them.
I'm just kind of looking at this paint. But it's at the beginning of its need. It's not horrible. So,
But it's something that could be, quite honestly, could be done fairly quickly.
yeah, it can be. How comfortable are you getting up on a ladder? And, okay. Well, I'd put it on the list right now.